2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
The great man Gout Gout last night, who was able to break 10 seconds, Nat, wind assisted, of course.
Twice.
He did it in a heat, and then when he fronted up to the finals of the 100 metres, under 20s.
So this isn't even the Open.
No, not even
This is the under 20s.
Yep.
It's amazing.
He was fantastic, and he burnt the boots. And the great man Bruce McAvaney calling the action too.
Yeah.
He was over the top.
himself.
Oh, he was.
Oh, yeah. Bruce is really loving it. But he kind of missed the start and then eased up at the end. He's got more in him, which is amazing.
Yeah, he really runs like Bolt too, because he's got this long stride on him and real high knee lift.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to see. But he was. Afterwards, they interviewed him, and he was really looking forward to, obviously, the 200-metre Open.
Yeah, so he's not going to race the 100 metres Open.
No.
Loughnan Kennedy's got that sewn up, we assume. But he is going to run the 200, which will be something to behold.
A real renaissance for athletics at the moment. If you do get the opportunity to go along to Perth Stadium or Athletic Stadium and have a look. And I'm sure there's going to be a huge crowd.
Imagine how crazy the crowd went last night.
Yeah.
Oh, that would just be something to behold.
The other thing is there's going to be a really big focus because of him on everybody else who's out there. And we've got some incredible athletes. Nita Kennedy will be... Oh, no, she's injured, isn't she, at the moment?
Yeah, I think so. But Leah O'Brien, who broke the Australian 100-metre women's record that stood for nearly 60 years, she's going to go around in the Open as well, so that's worth checking her out. She's a WA girl, goes to Perth College.
That's going to be great. We actually have got Bruce calling.
Do you want Bruce?
Oh, yeah.
Let's just have a
Do
listen.
you want Bruce?
Why not?
Okay.
At any time.
Not away. He got not such a good start tonight. Kelly just leads him from Kepagelli. Out wide, Cassiano and John. Now Gout starts to stretch away and stretch away. He does. And he's done it.
Jeez.
He's broken the 10 seconds again. Look for the wind. Look for the wind. It might be too big again. Can you believe it? It's too big again.
Oh, Bruce. Only Bruce can do that.
How old is he? He's going to have a heart attack if he keeps that up.
No, he's been doing that all his life, though. Do you know what I mean? He's trained for this moment, Bruce. He gives you goosebumps when he gets so excited. You can hear the excitement.
Genuine
the
excitement.
passion that he has for athletics in particular is unbelievable. I mean, he's great for footy. He gets right into his racing as well, but...
It's incredible,
when it comes to a running race, nobody calls it like Bruce.
It's a real joy. And speaking of emotion too, if you watch the LA Lakers take on yesterday the Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic, who was traded during the year, and everyone was just beside themselves that he got traded, went back and played in Dallas for the very first time.
Yes. How'd that go?
They showed a big video on the screen. All the crowd was going mental for him because they were right behind him. Can't believe that he's not playing for their team anymore. He was crying, then got himself together, jumped on the court and hit 45. During the match as well, Nico, I forget his last name, is their general manager, and he's standing in the stands, and the crowd is chanting, "Fire Nico, fire Nico."
Ow.
That's rough.
As their former star hits 45 on them.
Oh, yeah, that would hurt. That would
Shaun,
hurt.
have you seen the LeBron James Barbie doll? Has anyone seen that?
Oh, no, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. So someone, we put it in our group chat yesterday. So there's a LeBron James Barbie. It's a legit...
An actual Barbie doll.
Yes, it's a Barbie doll. It's branded Barbie doll, so it's the new Ken kind of thing. $75 US for it, though. Normally they're around $25.
How many did you order? I've got an NBA stat that I saw yesterday.
Okay, cool.
This season, 3 players have hit 1,000 points, 500 assists, 500 rebounds.
Okay, so one is going to be Shea.
I'll give you a hint. He's got a Barbie doll.
Okay, LeBron.
So LeBron.
Okay, so he's had massive on assists too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget the best player in the world. Why am I forgetting this guy? Jokic. Sorry.
Nikola Jokic and
Rebounds and assists for 1,000.
Josh Giddey.
Wow, really?
Really?
Yep, Josh Giddey. And in Bulls history, there's only 3 players have done it in a season. Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen, Josh Giddey.
Wow.
That's unbelievable stats, aren't they?
That's a huge stat. He
Yeah.
was traded from OKC because they said he didn't play defense.
Yeah.
And he was benched at the start of this year in a number of games for Chicago.
Yeah.
But once again, when the game got on the line, they go, we can't trust him to defend well and not a huge scorer. So they chucked him on the bench.
Yeah.
And now it's all changed, full circle.
I know. How's that?
Yeah, incredible.
That's incredible stuff from the Aussie. We're claiming him well and truly.
Well, the other thing is Dyson Daniels is going to win the Defensive Player of the Year.
The Great Barrier Thief, which is one of the all-time great sporting nicknames, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
And Alex Condon won the national championship. I did mention him a couple of days ago, but they did win that game, and he made a game winning play where he dived on the ball in the last seconds, like it just knocked everyone out the way and saved it. And then that was it. Time ran out for the opposition to score. Boom. Yeah. Winners.
Here we go. Look at us go. Us
dude.
Aussies are amazing.
Sean Sport in podcast form.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Sean Sport in podcast form.
Moving over to the footy to kick things off, the only place to watch every Eagles and Dockers game this season is on KO Sports. And you'll be able to see the lovely Kath Loughnana there, who's over in Gather Round at the moment, and she... I'm not sure.
Living it up. She's living it up.
She may be in the midst of a half a mojito at the moment. Kath, good morning.
It's actually a Cosmo.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hello,
Kath,
team.
how are you?
You're working hard, Kath?
I'm working so hard, Nat. No, I actually did just MC a Sydney Swans breakfast, and that was a lot of fun. Hit Gary Lyon, Nathan Buckley and Tim Lopton with the hard questions.
Oh, cool.
And now I'm actually very, very kindly by South Australia Tourism going to the Barossa.
Oh.
Okay. Kath. So this is work, is it, Kath? Work? Yeah.
So I'm working very, very hard.
Which wineries are we going to?
I think we're going to... I've actually never been to the Barossa. I'm so excited. And I think it's called the Artisans of the Barossa.
Oh, okay.
The one.
Okay.
And
Sounds
then we're
nice.
being treated to a chopper ride too. So I'll take a little pic and send it to you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, that'd
Thank
be
you.
great,
Just don't rub it
actually,
in at
Kath.
all. Yeah, because we're at a workplace where our boss won't let us go together around.
Kath, this is all I hear about.
You know what? I was thinking the only thing that's missing is Nathan, Nat and Sean. Why aren't you guys over here?
That's a great
That's a really
question,
good point,
Kath.
David.
Phone's cutting out.
Sorry, got to go. Hey, Kath, are you partial to a white? Are you a white wine, or because the big Pav will be over there and he loves a red wine,
Yeah,
right?
loves a
So,
red.
where do you sit on the colours?
Is he a Pinot or Shiraz man? Do you know?
He
a bit of a
doesn't
personal
mind
question.
He doesn't mind a Pinot, the big fella. Yeah.
No.
In fact,
I'm
Kath, it
quite-
takes me back, Kath, to a Mad Monday one day, and
Okay.
Pav and Lee Brown, I think it was Justin Longmuir, because we were just ordering them really random drinks.
Yes.
Me and a couple of older fellas, and we're just
'Cause you thought it
making
was
them drink
funny,
them. Oh
yeah.
yeah, we'll get another one of tequila at 8 in the morning.
It always ends well too.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he got me with the red wine because that was a thing that would bring me undone.
Brought you to your
Yeah.
knees.
Yeah.
Tough to skull.
Quite dehydrating, isn't it? Yeah.
So where do you stand?
I think I love a Pinot at the moment. I went through a bit of a Shiraz phase, but to be honest, white, red, orange, rosé.
Rosé, all of it. Sparkling.
Well, Dave, we're talking about the Long Island iced tea. You had some information on that one just a second ago.
There was just an article that apparently Kath, a poll of bartenders. They were basically asked, what drink when ordered like kind of freaks you out?
It's a
And they're
sure
like,
sign
it's a
that
sure
people
sign
are
that
getting messy.
they're in for a big night, and it was. You'll not be surprised at Long Island iced tea.
But the trouble with those is they don't taste too bad.
Yeah.
No.
Very drinkable.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
Dangerous.
tequila shots do burn. So, you're doing the wrong thing. But, yeah.
Are you guys excited to watch from afar though? Which games have you got circled?
Well, tomorrow we've got the blockbuster, Carlton and the Eagles, so we'll see how much. I'd
a race.
imagine the Blues would be winning that
It's a
one.
race to the bottom, isn't it? What do you think, Kath, about Tim Kelly being omitted? What's your vibe?
Well, it's quite a statement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we realise that, West Coast haven't made a statement like this for a long time. So I don't mind it from Andrew McQualter kind of stamping his authority. This is his team now and his era. And hopefully it has the right effect. I actually think West Coast could maybe sniff an opportunity here. I mean, the Blues are under so much pressure. There is so much talk about Carlton at the moment and that they have to win this game.
Yeah.
So I think West Coast embrace that underdog status. It's great that Andrew McQualter's made this selection statement and just go for it. You've got a packed Adelaide Oval. I can't wait to see what unfolds.
I think Jake Waterman and Liam Ryan being in that forward line is a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're very, very crafty, very, very good players.
Yeah.
And to have them back in the fold is a good thing. Jack Hutchinson apparently had a massive pre-season. I know he's been injured, only played the first bit, but he had a really big pre-season, so they've got a lot of confidence in him. You know, the one who surprised me this year massively and clearly would be probably winning their fairest and best is Ryan Marrick off the back. Back
he
line.
has been playing very well. You're right.
Yeah. What? Hang on, sorry, I wasn't done with the Tim Kelly conversation though.
Okay.
What have you got?
Oh, Nat's been calling for his head for years.
That is fundamentally not true. I think it's an interesting call to make, and I can understand why he's done it. But going into probably what is their only winnable match in this, in the foreseeable future, it's an interesting call to make at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand that view. Shawnee Mac?
Well, yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing with Nat because you're playing this game and you really want to, maybe you're pulling him aside, but it's a case of, execute one to save 1,000 and maybe that's the way he's gone down. And hats off to him because I know as a commentator from the outside, you're always having a go at coaches for not taking the hard stance.
Yeah. Well, everyone was saying Michael Voss needs to take the hard stance, and no one really saw this coming from Andrew McQualter. But I understand Nat's point of view of that. It is perhaps one of their more winnable games. But who knows? You never also know what's going on behind closed doors and whether there's a bit more to it with Tim Kelly. I don't know whether it's something with training or sand. Who knows? So we don't always have the full picture, do we?
Yeah, no, we don't. True. So the Fremantle Dockers are in the Barossa. They're taking on Richmond. Yeah. I mean, everyone says tick the box in that one. The other team does turn up to play, so you've got to be careful.
Have you seen the photos and vision of the Oval in the Barossa?
No.
It looks spectacular. It is so picturesque. You'll have to. I'm sure everyone's going to tune in, but I'm so impressed. I'm bummed I'm not going there on that Adelaide Oval for the grudge match of Port Adelaide and Hawthorn, which is going to be must watch anyway. But I would have loved to have gone out to that Barossa Oval because it looks so picturesque.
Hey, Kath, is it more like I haven't seen the photos, so is it more like a country sort of setup where you can
drive your car around and honk your horn when they kick
a white picket fence around the outside?
Yeah, I don't know whether I've seen a few makeshift stands. I don't know whether you can drive your car up.
Let the border collie run around in the backyard.
No, it looks like a great little precinct. I think they've got a couple of ovals around there, little athletics, and it's just a great little sporting precinct. But yeah, that'll be one of the highlights for sure.
Well, and that's just showing you a picture of it. It does look nice.
Yeah, so the AFL have put up a picture of it saying, "Is this the most spectacular vista in football?" Which is kind of cute. It looks like you wouldn't be surprised if like some hot air balloons just floated past. It's got that vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think that the other day actually they launched a big gather round hot air balloon. So. Okay. You're speaking from the same...
I didn't even see that, so yeah, it fits.
And finally, Kath, I do have a problem in a sense with, of course, the AFL scheduled Port Adelaide to close out the gather round with Hawthorn because of the grudge match, right? But at the same time, they fined Ken Hinkley $20,000, which is not to be sneezed at, for that same discretion, and now they're making that a prime time situation.
I know. Well, we actually had Andrew Dillon, the South Australian Premier, all the big wigs at this breakfast this morning, and they didn't go down that path, but then I got up and asked Gary Lyon, Bucks and Tim Watson, should Ken Hinkley get his $20,000 back?
For sure.
And Gary actually said no, but I think a lot of people in the room thought yes, because he's exactly what you said, he's created all the hype and the publicity for this grudge match.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? One more thing, Kath. I noticed last night, I didn't see the whole game between Adelaide and Geelong, but I did notice that one thing the umpires don't care about anymore that they used to care about a lot is dissent. Yeah. Remember when everybody was, if you even put your hands up like, I don't know what you're doing, that was enough and it would be a 50-metre penalty. Last night I watched when the Geelong kid Dempsey got a free kick and the 4 Adelaide players around all remonstrated with the umpire, straight in his face. They all threw their hands up. So that's not a thing anymore. They've just forgotten about that as a rule. Is that what's the story?
To be fair, that was play on, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
It was.
Bad decision.
But I understand what you're saying, Nat, because they seem to have softened a hell of a lot, haven't they? But I imagine you were a fan of the dissent rule by the sounds of it.
Oh, come on.
Mate, you should see her go off in here and the decision doesn't go away. Jesus, we go straight to the cameras.
Straight to the tribunal. That's right.
Hey, can I one shout out before I go?
Yes.
Because every time I've told you guys before, every time I come on to Nathan, Nat and Shaun, I get about 10 messages of, I love Nathan, Nat and Shaun, aren't they the best, etc., etc. One woman never misses a beat. Her name is Karen Canalini, and she loves this show. So a little shout out to Karen. She's got a big crush on you, Nat, as do I, and loves Nathan, Nat and Shaun. So there's a shout out to Kaz.
Good on you, Kaz.
All right, don't tell her where I live, Kath.
Well, she knows where I live, so.
You're in trouble.
She's down the road.
You're in trouble.
Love you, Kath. Happy gather round. Have a ripper weekend. Enjoy the Barossa today.
Great. I hope you guys are here next year.
Definitely, we will. We're going to drive over.
Yeah, that's
decided.
it. Yeah.
After we quit.
Dave's driving. We'll be passenger princesses. It's going to be brilliant.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Blair Athol or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.